Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. It's late night on a Saturday night. What a busy day I had. I won't bore you with all the details, but suffice to say, it's time for Mike's Instant Movie Review. Father Stew. Now, this is actually the second time I've seen this movie, but wait, there's a catch. The first time I went was a month ago, and it was I believe it was a Friday night, and the movie had just come out. I went to a theater I normally don't go to, and I got in the theater, and there was like one party in there, a group of people, and then I sat down. Then another group of people came in, and what I discovered was that both of these groups of people were complete assholes. The people in the back of the theater, I believe, were teenagers. They were chatting and talking and giggling. And so I moved a few rows down, let them do their goddamn childhood thing. And then there was a bunch of people, three people up front, a guy and two women. And I think the guy was just trying to show off how cool he was. All these people talking during the movie, and I could not enjoy it. So that was about a month ago. Now, this Father Stew has been hanging around the theaters all month. I keep thinking it's going to go away. And I kept telling, actually, what happened was I left the theater halfway through a month ago because I was actually enjoying the movie. Though, with all these people talking in the film, I couldn't enjoy it. By the way, comments and questions are welcome if you have any. So, the point of the matter is this: I left the theater angry because of these fucking assholes ruining the theater experience for me. And just tonight, a whole month later, basically about a month later, I'm back in the theater. I'm at the theater I normally go to see the Father Stew. Now I was in a situation where I had to take a second shower for the day. I had a big exciting day. I went home, I showered, I did all these things, and I got to the theater a good 15 minutes after the movie had officially started, maybe even 20. um, but knowing that I had seen basically the first hour of the movie before, I was like, hey, you know what? I've already seen the first hour of this movie. I can be comfortably late to the theater. I can get some concessions, and I can see the movie, and it's like nothing's damaged because I've already seen the first hour of the movie, so I can be late this time. It worked out divinely, so to speak. So, what's this Father Stew movie all about? Is it worth seeing? I'd say so. And even when I saw the movie the first time, I told myself, as these people, and see, normally I'd be the guy to tell people to shut the fuck up. But after this worldwide situation we all experienced, especially with the teenagers, I don't feel like good about telling them to shut the fuck up because I know that they had a couple of rough years. A lot of them missed their graduation ceremonies and so forth. So I just want them to go to the theater, and if they have to talk, fine. And I typically like to go to the movies at off periods anyway, away from the herds, the sheep, the masses. Okay. Uh, so anyway, I saw the movie again tonight. I was the only one in the theater. That's not an affront to the fucking movie. I had a friend of mine once get all pissy because I said that I went to the theater and I was the only one there. It's just a fact. So for tonight, I was the only one in the theater, which was great. I could stretch, I could crack my neck, I could take my shoes off. I was just enjoying myself in the theater, watching this movie. Oh, God, my neck. And what's this movie about? It's about a guy, Mark Wahlberg plays him, Stu. Uh, he's a boxer, and then he stops boxing. He goes off to LA, gets in his head he wants to be an actor. He meets a pretty Latina lady, a pretty girl, Mexican girl, pretty girl, Catholic. Starts going to her church basically to stalk her. And then she tells him that she's going to be a virgin until she's married, and he has to get baptized if he wants to date her. So he goes through all these hoops, and he's dating her, or he's trying to. But then he goes to a bar one night and he gets drunk next to this stranger who, to me, was a metaphor for Christ, the stranger character. The stranger warns him, don't drink and drive. But Stu does. He gets on his motorcycle. He's had a few drinks. And he has a motorcycle accident. Very well done motorcycle accident, by the way, for the stunt coordinators or whoever pulled it off in this film. Very good motorcycle accident coverage. Uh, and basically, he's all screwed up. He's been banged up. He's in a concussion. His father, interestingly enough, is played by none other than Mel Gibson, another, which I thought was great casting because Mel Gibson's has all these situations of being drunk and saying horrible, god awful things, and he's been ostracized by the film community or the public, and so Mark Wahlberg, and associates, Stephen Levinson, Sheila Jaffe in casting, giving Mel Gibson a second chance or a third chance to redeem himself, and he acts quite well. So I know a lot of people probably hear the words Mel Gibson and they cringe and they LOL or they cry. But if you just base his acting, it's pretty spot on as kind of the abusive alcoholic father in this to Mark Wahlberg. Interesting father-son combo, Mark Wahlberg and fucking Mel Gibson. I don't know if they've ever done a movie together before. I remember Robert Downey Jr. and Mel Gibson did a movie together decades ago. So let's see what else. So he gets into this fucking horrible car accident and he's getting all depressed and suicidal. And basically now his girlfriend is feeling so bad for him. She breaks her Catholic vow and breaks something else in order to make sweet love to him. And then apparently, I mean, it's kind of a weird way of they go about this story, but it's based on true events. After having sex with this former virgin Catholic Mexican girl, he decides he wants to become a priest. So that doesn't make her feel too good about herself. She was expecting them to get married and so on and so forth, but I see that's the conversation. Like that's kind of the part of the movie where I'm a little bit lost, and I think just the rationale, why does he become a priest? What about having sex with this woman makes him want to be a priest, or the timing is kind of weird, or it's just odd. I've seen the movie now a time and a half, and I still can't figure it out. But I don't know. It's just so then he goes to he confesses his sins of sexing her up, and he goes to the priest school or whatever it's called, the seminary or the preschool, and he becomes a priest. And then everything's going where he starts the process of becoming a priest, and then guess what? He finds out that he's got a terrible degenerative disease that's attacking his body, and he's now physically going to be screwed up. He's losing the power of his legs. He's losing the power of the face muscles are falling apart, his arms, everything. His dad, Mel Gibson's character, has to kind of come around and get over himself and help his son. The mom's crying, the ex-girlfriend, the Mexican girl's crying, everyone's crying. And of course, she's like, I'm going to beat this, etc. I won't give it away. But, the movie, I see that whole part about the degenerative fucking, disease. I wouldn't have known that unless I had gone back to the movie tonight, which I did. So I'm glad I did, because if I had only seen the first half of this movie, the first half was somewhat by the numbers. The second half is where it picks up. So I'm glad I saw the second half. God, just had a long, crazy day. I wish I could tell you all about it. I mean, a lot of it was mental energy, okay? But if you look at MikeMessier.com, you can see all my wonderful things on there. Stand me on social, a new section on my website. I've got the YouTube link, the LinkedIn, the Linktree, the fucking Twitter, everything. Very exciting. So, MikeMessier.com. Need I plug my books, Fight or Play Basketball? Need I plug Disregard the Vampire? Need I plug the new series on Kindle Vella, Bad Girls with Good Tattoos? Bad Girls with Good Tattoos. Just go to MikeMessier.com. All the links are there. My pro wrestling trivia book and so forth. And next, I'm going to do a very special video, a Bailey Mack dedicated wrestling rant. So that's it, folks. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. It's Friday night, MikeMessier.com.